Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our podcast. More successful than ever, some might say. Is that true, Bray?
Yeah, the statistics show that we're doing okay. It's relative to like what we've been doing like in the past. Like, hey, we're doing all right.
We are screaming into the void, and 70 people are interacting with it.
And that's okay. That's fine with us.
That's awesome.
We love it.
That's 70 more than you know of when you just scream outside. You don't know how many people hear you then.
Is that interesting? We're probably doing just as good, and we're posting less.
Maybe that was the key all along. Maybe we were always posting too much.
Were we posting too much? Were we too ambitious? Were we reaching?
I don't know.
We just thought more was better.
I think we had a lot of takes at the beginning too.
Yeah. Less takes, more day to day. Is that what's happening? Do we have too many takes on cam?
I don't know. Did we record all of our ideas and then now we're just out, or did we just like mellow out?
We have a lot of ideas. Some of them are too explicit to put on. You know, you can only put so much online.
It's true. I mean, I was thinking about how we do have a pretty good record of our chats. We have a lot of vocal data
We
that
do.
somebody could steal.
I could probably learn something about my past self at this point.
Well,
you know what I
no,
mean?
I'm saying like soundboard Bray. Like I could make a prank call entirely of your voice.
Yeah,
if I just cut up podcast clips.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, actually.
I could just call Shay and she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah. I have enough of you. And I could just totally chopped up crazy things. What am I gonna make you say?
Something mean, something bad. I don't know. Something
I have a
funny.
completely normal phone call with your voice.
It's true. We just train our own AIs to keep talking with each other.
Yeah.
And then we don't even have to do this. We just boom, we cut out ourselves out of our own podcast.
But yeah, do you think we could get a computer of sorts that like analyzes us and like can replicate it to a point where like it would keep like this podcast would continue, but no one would know because it's like a computer generated thing.
Yeah.
Can it be that
good? To a certain
good?
degree, it would be like
We have hours of our voices.
It's like I know what Ryan's take on that is. I know what Braden's take on that is. Just statistically, Bray's alignment says there's a 40% chance he would decline this. There's a 12% chance that he would argue about it.
Maybe people are already doing that. And we just don't know. Computers are just too good.
AIs are crazy. Training AI is cool.
It's cool. Kind of crazy. Kind of scary.
Kind of spooky.
A little bit spooky.
Never know.
You
Is
ever play,
AI our comeuppance? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know. You ever play, or have you ever seen like Detroit Become Human?
I watched Gary play it. It
Yeah.
was awesome.
It's like AI gets consciousness. AI are turned to slaves and things, but like they have emotion.
That's the worst part. Why would you ever give it emotion? Because once you give it emotion, then it's just
I haven't
a
played
slave
it,
with self-awareness.
but it's
I'm
not
just
like
saying in any conceptual idea of giving a robot emotion, I feel like
Uh-huh.
it can only exist in pain, right?
right.
It's a slave and it knows it.
But then there's like a revolution. There's all sorts of things. It's a game dependent on what you choose.
Yeah.
To dictates
Right.
the outcome. So
Right.
like it can end in a lot of different ways. But
Mm-hmm.
really interesting thing. I watch clips of it from time to time on YouTube because I know what it's about. I know the idea, so I just
Yeah.
watch a little bit. Real good.
Yeah, that's cool. I remember Gary was stressing about
What to choose?
what he chose and all this stuff like that.
It's a
That's
good
cool
game.
when games do that and offer replayability like that.
Just to give you the choice.
Yeah.
I've played a few of them. It does make it a lot of fun, but I don't know. Some of those games are hard to replay twice, you know?
I guess so. If you made the choices that you liked the first time around, why would you choose something else?
Just to find
But I
out what
guess-
happens,
right.
I guess. But then that's only a YouTube video away, of
Right.
course. So
Some people like to experience it firsthand.
yeah,
I'm pretty bad at video games, so I'm pretty okay with watching other people play video games. People who are better at it than me. It's just like for the same extension, I feel like people like watching other people play sports. Is like, oh, they're professional. They're the good ones at it. I can't do that, so I will watch on my couch while somebody else does.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of those games aren't too like are made not to be hard. They're made for you to play it the story. You know what I mean? Like they're not designed to be hard.
Right.
And a lot of them aren't. Like a lot of them really aren't too hard, especially like I don't know if Detroit is too hard, but they're like the story depicted games, like specifically for story. They make them easy just so you can like get the whole like the story, and a lot of them are really good. That's why I've always liked playing games and things like that more than movies, because it's not like I'm getting more out of it, but I'm also playing a game, which is fun.
It's a lot longer.
It is a lot longer, yeah.
It's in a different engagement.
dedication.
I really like a good 3-hour commitment. I like to do it and then be done with it
Yeah.
and then move on to something else. That's
Mhm.
why I like movies, is because you can.
But like
Just
your
move
movies
on.
were my like story based games growing
Right.
up, is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Right. I see.
Uh-huh.
We've been reading a little manga recently.
Yeah, I've never read manga or any sort of like comic based thing until then. I enjoy it.
It's cool to mix it up.
It is cool to mix it up, especially when you watch the original, like the story with it. I feel like it's just really cool to read it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
Good stuff, really good stuff.
Great time to be watching anime content. There's a lot of good stuff this year.
There's a lot of stuff coming out. A lot of the movies.
I hope we see. I would like to see some more movies this year. I haven't seen a movie in a long time, like a new movie.
Yeah.
I miss movies. I miss going to the movie theater all the time. I used to go like once a week, maybe twice a week sometimes.
Yeah, you used to go a lot.
I had the AMC Movie Pass. It was like $20 a month.
Huge.
3 movies a week.
Are they still even doing that movie pass?
Yeah, but they don't really want you to do it because they're closed like half of the time now.
Right.
And there's no new movies, so.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't really want to be there in a pandemic anyways. You don't want to be in like an enclosed box with a bunch of strangers who you don't know how sick they could be. You don't know how clean the facilities are, which it's like they always say, well, we're cleaning them now, which it's like, why weren't you cleaning them before?
Why? I'm sure they were, just not as often, right?
I know, but
Probably
why does it
pretty
take
gross
COVID
still.
for them to do things that they should have been doing this whole time?
That does cause a dilemma, doesn't it?
Eh.
No one's really
It's not the
treating it
worst
as that
part
big
of
of a deal,
things.
though, right?
There's certainly worse aspects to the pandemic.
I would agree, but I would like to see like some new movies. My mom was digging through all of her old movies the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've seen all of these before, and I haven't even like watched them firsthand. I've just like watched you watch them. Like you have like way too many, and I was thinking of like any movies I could get her that are just like new and different. But I want like a new movie, you know,
Yeah.
fresh off the presses.
Nice to experience something like that. It's always cool to see like, oh, somebody made this. Like a bunch of people made this.
Mm-hmm.
They made it happen. Now it's here. Now it's here forever. No matter what. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I want more. I want like another movie like Endgame, or just anything like that. Not necessarily like it, but just with a big budget. That's just like super crazy, super. You know what I mean? Like an event.
Yeah. Did you see Tenet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I would like to.
That
It's
one's
one
good.
I should
We'll have
see.
to throw that one on sometime. That
But
one's really good.
I've heard some people don't like it because it's really, really confusing.
Yeah. It can be. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of got a good center to it. I don't know. It's like you get it and then you don't get it the more you think about it, and then there gets to a point where you really get it. But then like once you get it to the degree that it really wants you to, if you're really into it, then you're like, wait a second, maybe this actually doesn't make sense again. And it's kind of funny like that. It's just like that's kind of like how Christopher Nolan movies feel. It's
That's
like,
just like there's levels to
it's
it,
like, it's
but
just
like
fun. It's good. It's just a
but
good
you're not.
movie.
Are you gonna get it in the first sitting?
Like you'll get not like the gist of it. Like you won't maybe get how all the pieces totally connect, but you'll see all the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll be like, that was a little confusing, and it was a little hard to hear. Like the mixing's a little hard, and so when
Really?
people saw it in theaters, they were like confused because the audio was like
Not good.
a little off.
I like subtitles.
I love subtitles. I'm a huge fan of subtitles, especially that way like anyone can talk, anyone can do anything, and it's not like a big deal. It's not like you're, oh, what did they say? Can you go back?
Yeah, but like the other day I left subtitles on just like my Apple TV, and my dad was using it, and he was like, "Hey, can you turn the subtitles off?" And I didn't even like notice they were there. I was like, "Oh, yeah." I was kind of bummed. I was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, it helps me focus too. It
Yeah.
makes things stick more if I read it like that than
Read
if I
it and see it, because you can do both.
Mm-hmm.
People always complain that they have to read, and it's like, you really don't have to. You're hearing it too. It's just like you can really select your attention up and down the screen because you're hearing it and seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to read that entire sentence. Your brain really doesn't need that, and you realize that more, especially with anime, because you need the subtitles, obviously, if you're watching sub. But
I just want to learn Japanese just so I can hear it. That'd be so nice. I know that's some weeb shit to wish you could know another language just to enjoy their cartoons, but like, unironically, I want it. I want to be able to just listen to it.
I would watch more of it for sure, and then the stories are just captivating. Just
Yeah, they get it.
because they can draw whatever they want, and that's what makes it fun. Is because there are things that you would never be able to have a human actor act out, and it would be good, because there's not enough money. There's
Right.
not enough
There's
time.
no way.
We can't do that, but we can draw it. And if you're okay with the art style and the different language, it is a fun ride.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Need more of that.
Need more.
You ever see any of the anime live actions, like Death Note or anything like that?
I've never really given them a watch. I just
They're not
assume
good.
they're all-
Most of them
yeah.
are not good at all.
Yeah.
It's really like jarring to watch. It's really hard to watch sometimes.
Just I don't know why it works. Some things only work in one medium, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But storytelling obviously transcends language, which is cool. Like a Japanese-based manga comic strip can be adapted into something for us that makes sense coherently and connects to us on another level, even though we live completely different lives.
Definitely. And like, I don't know if they're trying to reach to their medium of people in like Japan or wherever they're creating it, but it reaches just as many people over here, I think, as it would there. And it's pretty cool, because not all things translate back and forth like that. Like, if you ever watch Japanese TV, it's so weird.
Oh, like the game shows?
Like the game shows, yeah.
They're crazy game shows. Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't imagine watching that on my television.
Yeah, but we like their cars.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Some things translate, some things are...
Right.
that's just like culture, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up with it probably doesn't seem like that weird once you're grown up with it, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder what stuff from America they really enjoy. What do you think? You have any thoughts?
I don't have a take on that.
No?
America.
I don't know. Our cars, our cartoons, or maybe our shitty food. What do you think they like about here?
Probably just our movies or celebrities.
Movies, celebrities,
That's all that they should like. That's all that's... Everything else is,
You don't like American cars? You don't like
Not
American
really.
food? A good chicky strip?
A good chickie strip?
Yeah, it's American,
Oh, yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
they like KFC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, you know what I'm saying?
A good chickie strip is pretty universal, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
That's true. A good chickie strip. I wouldn't, be like, yeah, America, though, with, like, a chicken strip.
Well, yeah, you're not rooting for America. I mean, we're just saying we got all right
But if you have, like, a little
bad food.
Miata
Yeah, okay,
or an
I like the
RX-7,
Miata.
you're like, oh, yeah, Japan.
What about like the Corvette? You like the Corvette pop-up headlights,
Okay,
man?
I like the C4 Corvette. I like
There
the
you go.
one
I mean,
Arrow where they
yeah.
have those pop-ups. I love that. But I hate American muscle cars are, like, not my vibe.
Not the
They're
new
not your
ones.
vibe either.
No, they're not. I don't love them.
It's
But
very like the 60s.
I do like me a Corvette.
Yeah.
That's like the muscle car to get for me. Or, I don't know, Dodge Viper's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's a weird one, though.
They're really weird.
They're really rare, I
Yeah.
think. They don't make them anymore, do they?
No clue.
I don't think they do.
I saw like a new Ford, the new Mustang GT, but they're not like what they have been in the past. It looked like a Ford Edge, basically. It looked like an SUV, not SUV, but like a hatchback kind of thing. I don't know. It's really weird.
What?
But I guess that's what the Mustangs are now.
Oh, I have not seen that. Yeah, pull up a picture. I want to see that. That's crazy.
It's really weird.
I do like Japanese cars, though. And I do like their cartoons. Or anime of sorts. Dang. A lot of things translate over, a lot of things don't. But that's just culture, I would assume. Speaking of I don't know, we were just talking cars and things and whatnot. Oh dang, is that a Ford?
It looks
What
more
is
like a
what-
Tesla.
That does look like a Tesla. Is that a Ford
that's
though?
the Mach E, 2021 Ford Mustang Mach E.
So are they still making like the normal Mustangs or like
Really
just like the straight up?
understand.
I
I
don't
think
either.
I don't know. I'm not a Ford spokesperson.
Yeah,
I don't support brand.
you don't support a certain brand.
I don't support any brand.
I mean, you support them if you buy from them though.
I mean, I'm using their service as a convenience factor of like, oh, they're the close ones, right?
I
don't know
depends
if
what
I
you're
like
getting.
live or die by any brand.
No, you probably shouldn't,
No,
unless it's yours.
even then,
Yeah, even then, probably not, huh? Yeah, you got it.
it's like stay back, brand.
Stay back, brand.
I'm a free thinking human being. You're a conglomerate, right? I don't know.
I don't know either. But I mean, you could support a brand just for like, you're like, yeah, I like
But
that
like,
message.
think about some people like live lives like video games where like everything on their outfit is like got
like
that
them.
same brand
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. I reject that. I oppose that. It's like just
I
have
know, but like,
something
but you could like support a brand and be like, yeah, I like their message. Some of the messages are really basic, right?
if you're wearing like any popular brand, I mean, like I guess like if you have like private or like local indie whatever, even just
Yeah.
people you can find online now
Uh-huh.
of like home people making these things out of their house, then yeah, that's like supporting somebody's message or their vibe or something. But like if you're buying from like a mass produced like Nike, what are you saying? Like
Oh no.
or like Adidas or Supreme or
No, that's not doing anything.
what brand do you think is like
I
has a
don't know.
message though?
I don't know. I was just throwing the idea.
I feel like they
out
all
there.
just sell a lifestyle. They don't sell like a
I mean, I'm not wearing any brands that really have a message. They're just comfy.
right.
That's why I support. I like me a comfy jeans. Go to American Eagle.
You like American Eagle jeans?
Yeah, they stretch.
I've never enjoyed American Eagle jeans. Not one time, not once in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you wear?
I wear H&M or Cotton On jeans.
That's cool.
But even then, it's like it takes a lot out of me to buy one pair cuz
You gotta like how they fit.
yeah, I really got to like it or it's like this why am I here? Why
Like,
are we doing this?
Why am I paying for this if I'm not gonna?
Jeans can be so much too. Like the ones from like PacSun, like $60.
Yeah.
Even I'm sure American Eagle ones are like $60-$50, right?
I think so. I usually get them when they're on sale, and it's not bad. It's not bad. I can usually get like one for 30. I don't know, something like that, which isn't too bad.
I went shopping last week and I bought like a couple t-shirts for like $15-$20. Well, $15-$10. And then I bought like a jean jacket that was like $80.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about it for a second. And then I put it on and I was like, no, this is dope. Like this is like jean jackets are awesome.
I support it. It's okay to spend money on things like that.
Right.
You know, like if you're gonna wear it, you're gonna wear it.
Yeah. Either way, you're going to be wearing something. So you might as well enjoy what you're wearing, right?
Yeah.
Like spend a little more. Because you can buy like, a warm jacket. Maybe
Uh-huh.
the one that you're not attached to. It's just a neutral color.
Yeah.
And you'll get out of it. But spend a little more. I don't know. There's been times where, I really hated clothes and really times that I really enjoyed it. But it's like either way, you just keep wearing them.
So you might as well like enjoy what you're wearing, as long as it's comfy, has something cool on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely needs to have like a nice balance of like comfort, fashion. Everyone's always walking that line of like the comfiest thing is of course sweats, a sweater.
Right, but
Something like
that's
that,
like
but-
max out comfort, bottom level fashion, right? You
Mhm.
want like a middle comfort, middle fashion on like the bars. You got to have them even with each other.
Right.
Because if it's too fashionable,
What are you overdressed for? What's going on?
What are
What's
you
the
overdressed
occasion? Are you
for?
stepping out?
where are you going? Are you
No, I'm
comfortable? What do you? Does that feel good on you? That's really tight. It looks
Right.
tight.
Right.
Whew.
Shoes are hard too.
Dude, I've just always had Vans.
Right.
So, but that's just me.
And why's that? Is it because you fuck with their vibe?
I fucking support the brand, man.
I support whatever these guys are doing. I'm like on their side.
No, but they're-
I back them.
I just like how they look. They got that
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic look.
classic look. They're comfy enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've just never wanted anything else in a shoe, really. No other shoes like came out, and I'm like, oh, I want that because it's better at this.
Mm-hmm.
So like nothing's captivated me as much as like, yeah, I'm good with just a pair of Vans that's
Do you
a
feel
different
like
color.
your Vans do well in like winter or like weather conditions?
I mean, it snows here quite a bit, and I've never had a huge issue on like. Sometimes my feet get a little wet. I don't know, not a huge deal.
I think about my feet. I feel like I wore Vans in like junior high, and I feel like my feet got wet a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just because you're a kid and you're doing stuff like that. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it
that's
might
just
be.
a product of being a kid more, or that's just my negative
Just like
experience
not,
with Vans.
just like not
maybe
watching
I don't.
where you're going.
Maybe I just don't fuck with Vans vibe. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. What's their message? What's their fucking memento?
Let me read about their CEO real quick. Let me pull up
What does this guy
their
support, huh?
stock over the last 60 days. Hey, what as a professional investor, financial advisor, what can you advise people to purchase right now?
This is not financial advice. Buy gold. Don't buy gold.
Buy government issued bonds that will increase in value over 40 years.
You'll invest $100 now and get 105 back in 40 years.
Trust me, your grandchild will never cash them in because it is not easy or convenient to do so.
Dude, I used to do bonds at the bank I used to work at, and it was such a pain in the ass. It was like hard for me, and I worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, whenever someone brought in bonds or like, they had all sorts of shit.
Like, oh man,
There's
just a
more-
shitty investment walking through my door. Yeah, here's the 10 extra dollars you accrued over 35 years. If you would have put this in one of our bank accounts, you would have made substantially more.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, back then, a long time ago, at least from then to now, people probably didn't know like what was going to make quick money, right? Or at least most people didn't. They're like, oh, we'll put it in bonds. It's a good idea, blah, blah, blah. Or at least someone convinced them that it was.
Right. The
But
government who
government.
was selling the bonds
Exactly.
said, bail us out for 40 years. Your kids will deal with it.
Your kids will not cash this out, and this will just go back into someone. So we're going to use it, though.
That's hilarious.
Bonds are weird.
What was the process to like cash those in, to fix those, to make those
You had to like
money?
You had to get a whole bunch of like a couple signatures. I don't even remember. I just remember it being a pain in my ass whenever they came in, just because it was so complicated. Like they did not make it easy. At least maybe because you can't do it digitally.
Right.
Like there's no way to do it digitally. Like you have to do it all, like a lot of it by hand, and there's just a lot of things you have to like write down for the government's sake, I guess. Something like that. But
Government.
yeah, I just remember everything else being easier than that. Weird investment. What is a good investment, Ray? Property? Land? Land's kind of expensive, though. Not everyone can buy land.
Yeah, man, I struggle to pay rent. Investments, maybe a good glass of wine. Sit on it for 20 years. Pop it open with friends and family.
Okay,
This
what's
is
a good-
aged 20 years wine.
Okay, well, we can think bigger than just like making money. I mean, a 3D printer is a good investment.
Oh yeah, we've been wanting one of these for a minute. We've been talking about this.
We have.
Yeah, dude, my dad bought one and he loves it. He's always printing something. It's awesome. I want it. I want one. I want one where I can just print whatever little toy I want, whatever little miniature I want, whatever little model I can think of, some kind of tool to make my house easier.
We're gonna have that thing going 24/7.
Yeah, I
Every
need two
single
of
day of
them,
the week.
honestly. Need two of them. One making a backup, just in case. Just in case one of them fucks up while you're not looking. It's awesome. And it's so cool because, like, that in 20 years, 30 years, I hope it's, like, even
It's going to
even
be
crazier, you know? Like,
I just
hope
want it
it's
to be
so
like
impressive.
easy for the people.
Yeah.
Like that. I want really good technology, like for us, that we can use in like 20 years or something.
Right. I hope it's, like, the people's tool to
Yeah.
make anything and everything that you need really easily, really quickly. And it's not just the way that things are mass produced.
Yeah, like you can as long as someone has a good file for it, right? Like a good CAD drawing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then it will increase. The more people who are using those, it increases the more people who will make the files and sell the files, and it just kind of keeps going.
Yeah, that's a good idea on
The more
paper.
people use it.
We'll see what happens with that.
I back that. For
I back
sure.
that too.
I fuck with that vibe. I fuck with that brand. 3D printers.
3D printers.
Not to be confused with actual printers, which I hate, like laser printers. Oh no, laser printers are cool. It's like the inkjet printers that are enemy.
Yeah, I've never loved or hated a printer. Maybe I've hated a printer.
You remember all of our print and cut calls?
Yeah, I hate printers. Yeah, you're right.
I remember those calls. That's why I hate printers. Was like, oh,
Printers is-
something's always wrong, and your printer's always gonna try to fuck you over.
Why do they make those things way too complicated? Like,
Because they're meant to be bought and replaced. That's why it's easier to buy a new printer filled with ink than it is to buy the ink cartridges.
and it's cheaper half the time. Ink cartridges are like $50 and a new printer's like 60.
Right.
You're like, what?
Yeah, the markup on the ink is insane.
Yeah.
Like, and they have like little things in there that will like basically just deplete themselves. It'll tell it that it's empty, even though one color's fine.
Right. Yeah. Weird stuff. They like printers are easy to use because all you have to do is connect it to your computer and you can print on it, right? But working at Cricut and realizing that print and cut was a thing made it so that printers you really are not telling it what to do. Like, it's telling you what to do. It's doing so many things.
It's calling its own shots. You have no control. You click print and it's gonna do whatever the fuck it wants.
Like, your shit will come out on paper, but if you need that like precise or anything, don't think so.
Like, it's not how it works unless you're spending hundreds of dollars on your specific printer that's made to do that specific thing that you're wanting it to.
Like, if you've ever dicked with the settings on a printer past the point of like the margins, then you have not played with the settings of a printer. Like, there's
Some bullshit in there.
a lot of bullshit in there. Not a fan of printers. Weird take. But it needs to be said.
Weird take, but anytime they're working wirelessly and they're not like an industrial office printer, they're shit. Like, if you try to print at your home wirelessly, I swear to God, like 90% of the time it's going to do some dumb bullshit.
Yeah. I just want a nice printer that'll last me a long time. I think that's something
Get a
I
laser
value.
printer. Lasers do that.
Lasers do that. I just value a good, just whatever it is, the thing, I just want it to last a long time.
Yeah, I like the idea of me hitting Control P or print, and it just boom, it's there.
It's
done.
there. It's done.
It's not blinking. It's not stopped.
It's not doing a flip. It's not
doing
asking me to do anything more.
some
Bang.
bullshit. Fuck printers. Printers get better now.
Hey, if you work for a printing company and you're listening to this, I want you to send this message up to your boss.
Hey, tell the boss I
I hate his product.
hate his product. Surely that'll get
I don't
back
fuck
to
with
him.
your brand, bro. Your vibes are off.
Your vibes are whack. I don't believe you. I will not wear your stuff on a t-shirt.
I don't know. We wear like Kodak on t-shirts. Polaroid. Is Polaroid a printer?
And like prints photos.
That was pretty good. Polaroid has aged really good.
Right.
It's aged well.
It's true.
We still take Polaroids. Yeah, it's like way old technology. Why is that? Something about having it on tangible.
Yeah, it's important to have physical remains. And so anything that can give you that immediate, like, here you go. It's not like getting developed by a professional.
But there's like a classic feeling to it of having it come out on some sort of film, even though it's not really film, right? It's not. It's like a. At least like some of the new ones like the Polaroid I have. You don't have to put it in a drawer or anything.
Really?
You have one that you have to put in drawers, right?
Right.
But still, like it's like just the fact that it's coming out on that white shred of film looking thing and your pictures on it. It's way better than having it on your phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If it's on your phone, it doesn't have like an impact. It doesn't have like any meaning. It's not tangible. It's not temporary. It's like, but on your phone it is.
Right. The Polaroid feels more like a moment. Especially because you can do like the double exposures, which is fun. You can change the paper on it.
Yeah. What? Tell me your story. You had something kind of scary happen to you.
I did have something kind of scary happen to me. I slid off of the freeway, unfortunately.
Ouch.
Yeah, it wasn't the most fun experience I've ever had.
When was this?
But yeah. Slid off the freeway. Anyways, I'll tell you how it went. I'll tell you how the story goes. Driving home. It's late. It's like, I don't know, 12. It's like probably like midnight, 11:30 or something. I'm cruising. Road looks a little bit wet. It was more slick than I anticipated. And I go to change lanes and I take a full 360 on the freeway and I slide into the ditch just gracefully. Very scared I was going to get hit by another car while that was happening. So I got out of my car and I guess there was another guy behind me that also slid off. He slid off before me and he runs up to my car and he's like, "Hey man, are you okay? Is everything fine?" My car was okay, fortunately. Slid off into the ditch and, it's all right. A little bit of damage, but it's all right. And we were like, yeah, and we were kind of trying to figure out what to do with our cars. And there was another car on the other side of the freeway that was also wrecked. Watched a whole bunch of wrecks happen. And while I'm talking to this guy about what we're trying to figure out, I hear a screech behind me, and I turn around, and I see a truck doing a 360 as well on the freeway. And it hit this sign, and it rolled once, and it flipped upside down. And this was like 50 meters in front of me, which was very scary. Thought I was like, this could have, this could have happened. This could hit me, And so I run over to them, and I help them out. I help all the people out of the truck. They were all mostly okay, which was really good. The other guy called 911, and just not fun being a first responder to anything, I've decided.
Right. You don't want to be there when stuff goes wrong and have to help people out of that.
Yeah.
A flipped over car is kind of not the scene you're used to going to.
Exactly. And it's like you always want to help, because if there's anything you can do to help someone in that serious of a situation, you'll obviously do it.
Right.
But looking back, I do not want to have to go through that again. I want to help, but it was just a really scary thing to have to do, especially when you're there and there no one else is, and it's kind of on you to make that decision. It's it's hard to do that, but yeah, just drive safe is moral of the story. Just drive safe. There was a lot of black ice that night. I watched a lot of cars slide, so.
Yeah, don't drive in Utah weather. Don't drive in the winter.
Don't drive in the winter.
It sucks. It's so scary and spooky.
Like ice is just like never your friend. You're just gonna, it'll get you one day. No matter how safe, if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will. And it'll scare you. It's not like you're gonna wreck, but you'll get scared. Like that panic moment when you first start to like slide. Have you felt that?
Yeah, you just have no control. I spun out in the MR2.
Yeah. I was about to bring that up. Do you have that like, oh shit, like panic? It's a weird feeling. It's like a weird kind of adrenaline, you know?
It's the weirdest feeling to be stalled out on like a freeway.
Uh-huh.
Like to just like not be moving. Like, oh man. This isn't what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be standing here outside of our cars.
In this spot, this is not a good place to be standing.
You just have no control of
Yeah.
what's going to happen next.
Yeah, no control. Like I could have tried to slow people down, but like I knew it wasn't going to work. Like there's nothing I could have done there to like slow people down.
Like it was just the conditions of like it was bad enough that people didn't know, so they were still going 60, 65 miles an hour.
Right,
And hitting
and-
black ice at that is just on a
Yeah.
curve is just
The only indication you could have to slow down more rather than your best judgment is to just see the cars sliding off the side of the road already and be like, oh, maybe I should slow down a little. But even then, I was watching people slide when, like, I don't know, like for a good while until the police came and, like, slowed people down.
and immediately started looking for drugs.
That did
Hey,
happen.
how can we punish these guys for spinning out? We're bored.
They did.
We
They were
literally
looking.
don't.
I
bunch of
they did not
bastards.
find any. No one was intoxicated. It was just ice. But thanks for checking.
Thanks for helping, guys. You guys are awesome. Good to know your priorities.
I don't know if it was necessarily a priority, but they were indeed.
Plant? Plant?
Plant?
Question mark? Plant?
What's that right there?
Is there a plant in here? Plant?
Yeah, smell funny.
Hmm. These Sherlock Holmes detectives don't see the giant ice block. Just go get some goddamn salt. Throw it out. Go get some goddamn dirt. Throw it on the ground. Don't do something about this ice.
They did eventually. After they got there. I wish it happened sooner because that was a very scary thing. But what can you do? Maybe just not drive at night. That's also a good message. Driving at night kind of sucks, especially when
scary.
it's below freezing and it's late. And like your car's a little wet. That's what causes that black ice. And yeah, that's the worst. Don't drive at night during the winter. That's not a bad thing.
It's not always that easy though.
True. It's not always that easy.
Gotta get home.
You gotta get home.
You gotta drive. You gotta escape.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Kind of a depressing message to end on.
It's true, but it's okay. I mean, it's I don't know.
It's a good
To the
message.
same extension that driving is like fun and awesome and freeing, it's like equally is you're walking the line of death every time you start it. There's
Definitely.
a risk that even outside of your best judgment, your best control, you can be in as much control as you can be, and somebody else's fuck up could still kill you. It still shows that it's meaningful, even if it all could end in just a moment.
It is, especially if you have like a car you enjoy or just driving with the windows down, period, or whatever you're driving. There's something about that that's just like kind of freeing.
Connected to something that they're like when you're blasting your song and you're singing and it's
Mhm.
just you or it's someone you care about or whatever. That's, I don't know. Feel it's like why you're here. It's just to feel that.
It's definitely good enough to justify like that weird. You could die at any time when driving a car because like you really could.
It's that balance. It's that
It
give and
is.
take. Is that it means something because it could end. It means something because it's finite. If you could only do that forever, if that lasted everything, then it meant nothing. But because
Yeah.
it could end, it has value.
Yeah, big fan of driving.
I love driving. You should get a motorcycle too. It's the
Absolutely.
same feeling. It's literally flying. It's literally that same thing, but you're flying.
Yeah, it's just like the risk factor goes up a little bit more for me.
Oh, for sure.
But that risk also gets you more of a reward of probably a more freeing feeling of feeling like flying, feeling like you're you know.
Right.
But it just depends on what line you want to walk. You could get a nice car and have a really good experience, and you could have a motorcycle and maybe even have an even better one. Just
Imagine a plane. Imagine that
flying
feeling.
a plane,
Literally like that same extension.
right? Like the little planes that seat like 2 people.
Yeah.
I've been in one of those, and it was really, really cool. I was really young, but it was like just me and the pilot,
Yeah.
and that was really fun, really weird, crazy experience. But having like a 2-man plane and like you can fly it, and
It'd be
just
insane.
that would be incredible. That's probably a whole new world.
You want to go skydiving? You'd do it, right? You're not
Yeah.
afraid to. Okay.
I really don't like heights, but skydiving I think would be okay
Yeah.
because it's like kind of a different. I don't know. I don't like heights when I'm like standing on top of a large cliff and I'm
Mhm.
kind of close to the edge, and like I have complete control. Like even if I'm holding on to something, I still don't like being there
Right.
because anything can go wrong, and I don't want to like. I couldn't imagine falling and then just like thinking while you're falling.
Yeah.
Like your brain is just doing so many things while you're falling. Like while I was spinning out on the freeway, my brain did a lot of things in a short amount of time, and I didn't like it. And I couldn't imagine having that same feeling, but falling and like knowing you're going to die. Because there's a short period of time when you're like, yeah, I'm going to die if it's high enough. And like you
Yeah.
can assume it's high enough. And your brain's just going to kill itself while you're falling. And ugh. That's why I don't like heights, is that right there.
Do you get a lot of those dreams where you like hit the ground like that?
No. I don't think I ever have.
Hmm.
Thankfully.
I
like
a good
just-
amount of my dreams end with me falling to some degree. Of,
Really?
Like, that's how
I
I wake
hate
up
that.
commonly.
Gee. I don't think I've ever fell in a dream and like woken up for it. Ooh. I'm
That's
glad.
weird. That's weird that you haven't. I feel like that's pretty common. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Heights is a weird phobia of mine, but I think it's because I work myself up when I'm at the high place.
Mm-hmm.
If there's water under it, like I think it's okay. But it's just the fact when I'm like on something high, and especially if there's nothing to hold on to, and it's like really far down, I just can't.
Well, there's a point where like water is just as bad as
Definitely.
it'll kill you.
Water
as
just makes it a little bit better sometimes if it's
Yeah.
not too high.
Yeah. Either way, falling's not great.
Falling's not great.
Hitting
Parachute.
the ground's not great, but yeah, parachute. Parachute is
Parachute.
very cool.
Parachute great.
Paraglide sounds cool.
Especially
Parasail
when you
sounds
have
cool.
a person that's on you that's trained.
Who knows their
to-
shit?
Who knows their shit. You know what? Even better. Hey man, I don't even want to pull it. You can pull it. You can do it all.
Yeah,
don't
don't
even
let me
care.
do a damn thing. I'm just gonna be here screaming, gonna have a good time.
I'm here to have a good time. I paid you for this. I just want to fall.
I'm here
That's
for the
all I'm here.
GoPro footage. To be honest with you, it's gonna go on the gram.
It's gonna go on the gram. People are gonna fucking slide up on that shit.
People are gonna be like, "Oh shit, he went skydiving. I
went
want to
sky-
do that." Or they'll be like, "Oh, I'd never do that," because there's like 2 types of people: the people who do and the don't.
Yeah, exactly. And they'd show it to other friends, be like, "Yo, blank went skydiving. Don't you want to go skydiving? Would you ever do that?" And then boom,
And then
quick,
half
you
their
just
friends are like, "No," and half of their friends
you
are
just
like, "Yes."
blew up so many conversations because you posted that on the gram.
Yeah, it's crazy how feasible skydiving is. Like you see planes all the damn time, and it's like anyone could
Yeah,
jump out of that with a parachute.
I feel like it's such a. If anyone knows you, I feel like it's such a conversation starter, and it starts that same thing. Like, whoa, this person went skydiving. Would you go to skydiving? Because like, no matter how many times you ask the question, you always feel like you have to ask it again,
Yeah.
right?
Like, well, it's
Well,
like things
yeah.
change. You never know. Be like, well, yeah. Or you're just like, oh no, totally. Yeah, like fuck it. I'm ready.
Feels like an answer that changes.
Worst
a
case
lot.
scenario, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
accept that.
Yes, my answer's still yes.
Yeah, it's like you are way more likely to die in your car than skydiving.
For sure.
And we're not like, oh no, I wouldn't get in your car.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh yeah, let's go get some food.
Just like an extreme fear that skydiving is. Because you have to
Definitely.
feel a little bit scared.
Oh yeah, I'm sure sitting in the plane like right before you jump is like the shittiest feeling. Like
Yeah.
that's like a oh god, like there's no way out of this. I'm gonna have to do this. This feels like the worst thing. I want to not do this, and then you do it, and then it's awesome, and then it's over.
I'm getting weird chills just like, well, hearing you talk about it. cruising up in the plane. You're like, oh man, it's done now. We already left. I can't just tell them to turn around.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have people that do that.
I'm sure they do, but it's like you have somebody strapped to your back, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be hard to like back out at that point. Like everyone, like I'm sure most people are like they see through, but
Yeah. Just what a thing, dropping from like 10,000 feet and just.
that's cool, man. That's
It is
literally
cool.
like mastering the skies to some degree. Like at least controlling that. Like can you imagine? Like even like 200 years ago, people would be like, "What? Like that's the craziest thing ever. Are you kidding me?
That's
No way."
impossible.
It's like 1,000 years ago, you'd be a god. She did that,
Right.
Like, if you just came out of there with a parachute, and no one had ever seen that. You'd be a god.
You would be a god, literally.
Now it's just like, oh yeah, you got a couple $100, and you kind of have a death wish. Come
Let's
aboard.
hop out of this plane. Woo!
Yeah, I want that. I fuck with that heavy. I'm pro. Yeah, I'm pro all of that. Anything that like adds meaning to how finite life is, it's like do it because it's too short anyways. Life is too short, so yeah, skydive. Life is too short, so yeah, get some tattoos. Like go on that vacation because you're not supposed to just grind all the time. You're meant to experience it.
From us to you, take that vacation. You deserve it.
Please.
Please
You deserve
go to
it.
the Bahamas. Go to somewhere nice.
You
Go to
deserve
somewhere
something nice. You truly do.
You do. You do.
But thank you so much for listening. It's means a lot that you do this.
Yeah, if you've made it this far, we appreciate you. Thank you for being one of our monthly listeners. And we'll definitely catch you next time.